Hi, my name is Juan Dorte. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about how to use an autoclave machine. Before I go ahead and proceed on showing you how to use it, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. So, first and foremost, the purposes of an autoclaving machine is for sterilization. Sterilization is a complete destruction of all microorganisms. We autoclave to sterilize so that we don't pass any diseases to our patients. Uh, first and foremost, if we're using the autoclave machine, it's very important that you maintenance the machine daily, oftentimes, the majority of the time. So it must be done before using the autoclave machine. Autoclaves use hot steam, which comes from hot water. You only use distilled water. Inside there's a tube, and you want the water level to be in the gray line. That will let us know that it's full enough to autoclave all instruments. You will need to make sure that you clean out the water every month. Spore testing, that's another test. You put the strip in the machine and runs normal cycle. Then you ship the strip to the lab so that we know that the autoclave is killing all spores and microorganisms. When we get a report back saying that it works, then we are ready to use the machine. Before using the autoclave machine, you need to have your PPE uniform on. So gloves, your goggles, and also a lab coat. The reason for that is to make sure that we avoid any splashing that occurs in the machine, or when opening the machine, you want to avoid any steam hitting your face. Um, so after that, you go ahead and your instruments have been soaked. So once you're walking into your area, you go to your sink, and once your instruments have soaked in your glued or hide for 30 minutes, now it's time to clean up. So you go ahead with the wired brush. You want to clean all the areas of the instruments by opening the instruments and scrubbing the insides, and then rinse with warm water. Then you place the instruments open on top of a towel to let it air dry before you put it in the pouch. Once air dried, you want to put the instruments in the pouch, but if instruments have sharp edges, you want to wrap it with gauze so that it does not protrude through the pouch. Once wrapped, you want to carefully make sure that the instruments are placed in the pouch and make sure that it fits properly. If an instrument has a hinge, then you want to make sure that the hinge is open. Then you close the pouch by sealing on the pouch and putting it on the dotted line, and then you write the name of the instrument, today's date, or that day's date, sorry, and your initials. And then you open the lever of the autoclave. You double check to make sure that the water is at the appropriate level. Then you put the pouch on the tray. Again, you can put more than one pouch in one tray, but make sure that it is not too densely packed. If so, then the sterilization process won't happen throughout. Then you go ahead and close the door of the autoclave, making sure that it's sealed tight, so you won't, so you know that the steam will not leak out. Again, the temperature of the autoclave machine goes up to 215 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you press the on button, and once you press the on button, you get 4 choices: unwrapped instruments, pouches, water, and packs. Packs are used for minor surgery, but in this case, we're going to be using pouches. So you choose the pouch choice, and the machine will automatically dial up the time and temperature needed to sterilize, which is 270 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. Once ready, you press start, and the door will lock automatically. It will click. On top of the autoclave machine, you have indicators that will show you where the machine is at in the process. You have sterilization, opening the door, and that will manually open the door to let steam out so nobody gets burnt. Then drying, and finally complete. Once complete, you can open up the machine and get your packs out. Again, you have sterilization, opening the door, then it manually opens to let steam out so nobody gets burnt, and lastly, it dries out the instruments, and that's it. So once the green button is on, you can finally open it safely. But make sure that you stand behind the door so that if steam is still inside the machine, you will not get burnt. Then open and packs are ready to take out. Use gloves or hot gloves, just to make sure that if it's too hot for you to touch or grab the pouch, then you can use gloves. But if not, if you let it just air dry or sit there for a little bit, you can use regular gloves. So, make sure packs have no condensation or punctures. If so, if you see those things, then that means that the sterilization was not complete or the instrument is still contaminated. If you don't see any of those on the pouch, then your instruments are ready to be stored. And yeah, but first and foremost, also, the CDC rules said that you can only store the instruments for only 30 days. But now that the rules have changed, the new rules say that we can store the instruments for a long period of time as long as there's no damage to the package or condensation. And once finished, you want to make sure that you keep up with the maintenance on the machine and continue to support with the post-sport testing. And now I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate to you how to properly use it. So you go ahead and you have the place you put your 30 instruments. Okay, and then you have gloves, goggles, the packs you put the instruments in, and then you have your sink with the basin. You have your gauze, in case you have like a sharp instrument, you'll wrap it around the gauze, and a brush. Also very important, you have your glutarol. Right, so I'm gonna go ahead, goggles on. Okay. Go ahead. Once it's been in the glutarol soaked in for 3 minutes, you're gonna go ahead and scrub it with the brush. Scrub. And go ahead, put it in warm water. Let it air dry. And once it's air dried, I'm just gonna go ahead and make it quick. So we'll go ahead and wrap it around with the gauze because it's a sharp instrument. Okay. And then you're gonna put in your pack. Carefully put it in there and seal it. And afterwards, you're gonna go ahead and put it in the machine. But you want to go ahead and check to make sure that the water is level. It is perfect. And now I'm gonna go ahead and place it in the machine. Tray. Close it. And it's a pouch, so you turn it on. And you press the pouch because it's gonna give you 4 options. Press the pouch, then you press start, and once the temperature is set, the timer is set, it will automatically go and start cleaning the instrument in the pouch. And then roughly about 15 minutes after that's done, you go ahead and check to make sure the green light is on. You see it's on, you go ahead and put your PPE stuff on, your coat, your goggles, and your gloves. Then you go ahead and stand behind the door to open it. So you won't have any steam hit your face, you won't get burned. You open it, inside your pouch, close it. Make sure there's no any protrusions or to the bag or anything else. Go ahead and out. That's it. Sure, perfect. And you go ahead and place it in the pouch on the tray. And yeah, this concludes the video. Thank you.